I'm sometimes told by people that they can't sing. They tell me, yeah, I can't sing. There's no point me coming for lessons. I can't sing. The end. That's it. That's what they've decided. They've decided they can't sing. And I don't believe that, for a start, because everybody is capable of singing. You know, if you're able to talk, you are able to sing. It's pretty much the same process going on. It's the same muscles that are in use. So if the muscles are able to make speech, they're also able to allow you to sing. Now, how well you can sing, well, that's up for debate. Another thing people kind of say to me is, oh, I'm tone deaf. No, I can't sing, I'm tone deaf. And tone deafness is actually, it's almost a bit of a myth, really. It's a very, very rare thing if you are actually fully tone deaf. And really, what they've kind of discovered is that true tone deafness is a bit of a medical issue in that there's the problem in the inner ear in interpreting pitch and sending it up to the brain. So the brain doesn't interpret those sound waves in the correct way, and that's why they are unable to recognize pitch. But most people who say to me, yeah, I'm tone deaf, the reason I say they're not tone deaf is because the majority of the time they know that they're singing out of tune, right? And if you know that you're singing out of tune, it means that you are fully aware that you are hearing one note and that you are producing another note. Well, that to me is not tone deafness, because you heard the original note that you were searching for and you heard that the note that you made does not match it. Therefore, you cannot be tone deaf because you are understanding the differences in those tones. What's actually happening in that situation is that you are just unable to coordinate the muscles to create the note, the pitch that you are looking for. And so that's something that can be worked on. That's something that if you work with a teacher, they will show you how to coordinate those muscles better so that when you ask for this note, you get that note, rather than when you ask for this note, you end up somewhere completely different, right? So another thing actually for some people is that they are more, shall I say, tone shy rather than tone deaf, and they purely just don't have enough experience of singing yet. If you happen to be someone who grew up in a household where everyone was singing all the time and you were encouraged to sing from an early age and you went to music classes, the chances are that you're pretty good at recognizing pitch, understanding the kind of the jumps in between pitches, is it a low note, is it a high note, because you've been practicing that every day from a very early age. However, if you grew up in a house where there wasn't much music in the house, and certainly they didn't do any singing at any point, and you never went to kind of music classes or choirs or anything when you were younger, it's not unusual then as an adult to feel like that you're not very good at doing that sort of thing. And it's not because you can't do it, it's just because you're not as well practiced in it as somebody who's grown up doing that. But that doesn't mean you can't be well practiced. It just means that you've got to put a few more extra hours in to get to that point where you have practiced that skill enough that you feel like you are, kind of adequate at it, if that makes sense. So, the moral of the story here is that there is a reason we sing. And the reason we sing is because it's fun. We enjoy it. We express ourselves through it. We just feel good when we sing. And for that reason, I really wouldn't ever want anybody to feel like they shouldn't do it just because they feel like they're not as good at it as somebody else. And I truly believe everybody has the potential to sing. That does not mean that everybody's going to be the next Whitney Houston or the next Stevie Wonder. But does that matter, really? Who cares? If you're enjoying it, then great. And if you feel like you would enjoy it more if you were able to control your voice and get the notes more accurately, well then go and take some lessons. We don't care whether you're struggling to match pitch or whether you're a professional singer that's been singing for years. We can still help you improve. There are still things that you can work on. So don't let anything stop you from singing. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't be singing. You do what makes you happy.